Hi everybody, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface on the live servers for Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn. A lot of people asking me to do Final Fantasy videos. Now, I was going to wait until Heavensward is released, but I recently found out that you have to fulfill a very specific criteria if you want to play Heavensward and go through the gates of Ishgard on day one. And I'm actually part of the early access, which starts Friday, I think 10 AM in Europe. So I want to be all ready, willing and able. So, what's the criteria you need to fulfill? You need to have completed all the storyline through patch 2.55. So that's, in essence, right up to date with all the storyline quests. I am not. And to do so, I have to fight a couple of primals, which I haven't even tackled before. So this is Leviathan. This is one of the primals, and it's being fought on hard mode. Now, first things first, I am no pro, ladies and gentlemen, at Final Fantasy XIV. I'd even class myself as a noob. I'm a casual player that really wants to play more of the game and hasn't had the time. I'm now making the time for the game because it's absolutely fan-freaking-tastic. So when Heavensward is released, I intend to spend a lot more effort with the game, learning my craft, and hopefully, maybe, evolving into a little bit more of a butterfly instead of a caterpillar that I am right now. Now, first things first, the very start of the fight is piss easy. You only get Leviathan's head, it doesn't really do anything, I think it just auto-attacks for the first 10%, and then he goes under the water and pops out with these two things, a head and a tail. This is where you have to split up the groups. All physical damage needs to go onto the tail, not the head, otherwise it will reflect the damage back to you, and magical damage goes onto the head. We also had a tank on each. One tank on the tail, one tank on the head. When the ads spawn in, like we can see they've done now, stop your DPS on head and tail and fully concentrate on getting the ads down. Every so often Leviathan will pop under the water and try and twat you with a big belly flop, like blah. So try and kind of guess where it's going to be or push yourself out of the way and avoid the belly flop. When he does belly flop, you will kind of get sucked in, but that's okay. Just run back to your position and then get back onto whichever respective appendage you need to get on with, whether it be the tail in my kind of case or the head if you're a caster. As regards to damage coming in, if everybody does well, and I make a few faux pas towards the end in as much as I get hit by a few abilities towards the end, the damage shouldn't really be that high. And also just kind of watch out for pools of water spawning on the floor. You don't want to be in them when they erupt either. So just it's a matter of being aware of what's going on. But every time ads spawn in, like they did just then, stop on the tail, stop on the head, start to fully concentrate on the ads, get them down. Then we're soon going to come up to another phase. So first things first, Leviathan goes back down into water. Here it comes, doing a bit of a pass over above. I just missed that. Very reminiscent of the fight. Oh, there you go. I get body slammed. Whoops. Very reminiscent, that part of a fight in Phantasy Star Online. I think it's in the mines. At the end of the mines, you have the serpent, which kind of jumps over and does a very similar attack indeed. Now, in this phase, you get 4 orbs that have spawned around the place. Again, this is one of these moments that you need to completely stop on the head and the tail, concentrate all your efforts on getting them down. If you've done the Ifrit fight, Ifrit drops nails. If you don't DPS the nails in time, then Ifrit will do like an ultimate move and he'll wipe the raid. It's kind of like the same here. These will explode and do huge AoE damage if you haven't got them down in time. I think there's a very high chance that it will actually wipe everyone if you don't. So stop what you're doing, head, tail, get onto the orbs, kill them. I don't know why I'm trying to trade there. I don't know what on earth I was trying to do. I think I was trying to interact with the center console there for some reason, but never mind. Then we're going to get on to some more phases very shortly indeed, but this is a kind of a rinse and repeat situation at the moment. Leviathan will go down, then he'll do the splash over, then he'll do the belly flop. Again, try and make sure you're not underneath it like I was. You'll take, I think, 1,600 damage I took on that belly flop. Don't worry, I will fail towards the end again. And then concentrate once more on your respective side. And I can't stress this enough. Physical damage on the tail, magical damage on the head. Okay? If you don't, it's just going to reflect the damage back to you, and you're going to take huge damage and kill the group. Now then, here we go. When the console becomes active, because Leviathan's about to do his ulti, click on it like I just did. Everyone else, we're all kind of like got into the middle so we can like AoE heal and imagine things like that. So it's very simple if you group up for the healers just to do those bursts of AoE healing. But one person has to interact with the console. It was me that puts the barrier over the top and protects the group. If you do not do that, you wipe. You will wipe. That will be an ulti move. It will just knock everybody down. One shot to 0, end of fight, have to start it all over again. So just keep an eye open in the chat. I know I've got the chat obscured so you can't see. I might do some jiggery pokery with the old editing later to see when it pops up. But it does pop up in the chat that the console is now active, and then somebody just had to click onto it. So I was very aware then. So as long as somebody is aware of what needs to be done, I doubt you will get into too much trouble in relation to that. Then we just go back. We go back to the other phases, and this should be a little bit okay. Now we get one big ad that comes in. Again, if there is an ad in the fight, stop your DPS on head and tail, focus it down, bang, look at that. We got rid of it so quickly, it wasn't going to cause us any troubles whatsoever. Then we went back onto head and tail. We've got some AoE damage coming in. Healers, you shouldn't have too much problem with that. One thing that I have played quite a bit of in Final Fantasy XIV is not actually Bard, it's Scholar. I was a heal for a significant amount of time. I also had quite a bit of a play with White Mage as well. But I had a level 50 Scholar. Now then, here we go. This is the next thing. If you get caught going through that, which you can see there, you are going to get hysterical. And hysterical is when you completely lose control of your character and you run around like an absolute mentalist. And you literally have to run it off. Unless you get Ensuna on you, that will release you of that status effect, I think you're just going to have to run. And of course, when you're running around, you're not doing anything, you're not contributing to the fight, which puts pressure on other people. So, eek, it's a little bit of a scary moment there. I'm not sure how I could have avoided it. If you know if there is a way of absolutely avoiding that, do let me know in the comments down below. More seasoned veterans of Final Fantasy 14 around Reborn. But again, an ad comes in, deal with the ads. It's kind of gets into a very simplistic motion from there on in. Doesn't stop the fight from being quite exciting, I got to confess. I really did enjoy the fight. Now then, dot classes. As regards to damage coming in, if you want to dot the other side to what you're dealing with, again, why did I not move out of that? So much time to move out of it. And then I get hit with the overhead. But if you want to deal, like, if you're a physical DPS and you're on the tail and you want to dot, this is just getting from bad to worse now. Dot the head. I think you should be okay just with dots. But don't go out for the all-out damage. So if it looks like your group are maybe lacking in a bit of DPS, because I don't know if I'm contributing too much here. I don't know if my DPS is just terrible. Then you know, maybe dot the other side and just keep your main focal attacks on the actual tail or the head or whichever one is. But when you deal with that, bingo jingo, Leviathan goes down, your part of the quest line will be complete, and you can push on forward because there's more primals to come. And if you want, I will bring you the Ramuh fight as well, because I also recorded that. And also, I got 3 commendations because I gave the tactics out to the group. It's a shame I didn't adhere to them towards the end, but never mind. So I hope you enjoyed the vid. If you did, do give it a thumbs up and also subscribe. Follow me on social media and Twitch for live streaming. Those links are in the comments down below or a description down below. It's in one of them. And I'll be back with some more stuff very soon. You take care, everybody. Bye-bye.